Okay, so get this for this deep dive. You sent us a phone number.
A phone number.
Yeah, 213-880-9910.
Interesting.
And I gotta be honest, my first thought was, is this like some kind of code? Like maybe a secret line, to like off-market real estate deals or something?
Right, right.
So naturally I had to call it.
Of course. What'd you find?
Turns out it's connected to LA real estate, but not how I pictured it.
Okay, I'm intrigued. It's fascinating how something as, I don't know, analog as a phone number, he can still hold so much weight, become a symbol,
Right.
especially in the digital age.
Yeah.
It says something, don't you think?
About reputation, sure, but maybe even more about that human need for, I don't know, a direct line, a real connection.
Yeah, because this number,
Okay.
it belongs to a guy, Corey Chambers, a real estate broker here in LA.
Okay.
And he's built this whole reputation around like being different. The Maverick broker. Ugh, the Maverick. But a Maverick with thousands of clients, it seems. That's a calculated rebellion, isn't it? He's straddling that line between old school and cutting edge. You read digital pioneer in one breath. Then you see clients raving about his personal touch.
Yeah, like the guy's into blockchain, right? He even has his own cryptocurrency, Entar coin, it's called. But then you read about how he answers most of his own calls personally.
Really?
Yeah, it's like stepping back in time.
That's a choice, though, isn't it? In this day and age.
Absolutely.
It's more than just customer service, I think. It feeds into a larger strategy. He wants you to feel like you're on a journey, not just like punching numbers into a website.
It's not just about the property, it's the LA lifestyle he's selling. And based on the reviews, people buy it.
What is he saying?
Life-changing, dedicated. One client even called him a visionary.
Wow.
Yeah, and get this. This one client claims Chambers helped him turn a small flip into millions. That kind of story, that's how legends are made.
Legends, myths. Even if you can't, independently verify every detail, they paint a picture. Whether those stories are completely true or, I don't know, maybe get a little exaggerated over time, they build the mystique. The number, the brand, it all ties together.
So yeah, he's this real estate guru for sure, but he's attracting everyone. You see testimonials from first-time buyers, and then right alongside them, you've got seasoned investors singing his praises. That's not an easy balance.
No, it's impressive. You got the newbies talking about his patience, how he guides them through every step, and then the pros, they're praising his, insider knowledge, his instincts.
So he's not all smoke and mirrors then.
Sounds like there's some real substance there, too.
Okay, so we've established Chambers isn't your average agent, but this phone number, it's more than just digits to him, wouldn't you say? It's like the core of his whole approach.
It's the embodiment of his whole philosophy, yeah. You could even say it's like, I don't know, it's like a mission statement in 7 digits.
It's funny, in a world of contact forms and chatbots, you call that number and it's like a direct line to, I don't know.
To the source?
Yeah, you're not getting put on hold. You're not stuck in some automated phone tree.
He's cutting through the noise.
Exactly.
It's very deliberate, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
In a world that's all about, building walls, digital walls, he's all about open lines.
And in real estate, that's got to be huge, right? I mean, people want to know they're dealing with a person.
Trust is paramount.
Yeah, someone who's actually going to pick up the phone when you call, not just some...
Not some algorithm.
Exactly. Someone who gets it, who understands that moving to LA, it's more than just...
It's an aspiration.
Yeah.
It's a whole life changer.
Okay, but let's talk about the tech side for a second, because this is a guy who's all about being on the cutting edge. Blockchain, his own cryptocurrency. I mean, this isn't your average real estate broker.
No, not at all. The blockchain thing, it can seem a little, I don't know, intimidating to some people, but practically speaking, it just means a record of transactions, but it's incredibly secure, transparent.
So for something like buying a house, it's like...
Imagine a paper trail that can't be forged, that everyone involved can see.
Oh, I see.
No more lost paperwork, no more wondering what's happening behind the scenes.
Okay, that makes sense. But then there's the cryptocurrency piece. That's a whole other...
That's where things get really interesting, right?
Yeah.
See, because this Entar coin, it's not just trying to be another Bitcoin.
Right.
It's specifically designed for real estate.
So you're not just buying a digital token, you're buying...
Imagine
It's like a high-stakes game, and he's dealing the cards.
And people are lining up to play. It's a fascinating glimpse into the future of real estate, isn't it? What do you think? Is this a fad, or is this the beginning of something much bigger?
I gotta be honest, I checked my own portfolio after reading about the Entar coin. Still mostly index funds over here, but part of me was like, do I need to get in on this?
Right. It's tempting, that LA pull.
But back to Chambers for a minute. He's walking this tightrope between tradition and disruption, and it seems to be working. Is that what makes him so effective, this mastery of, like, paradox?
It's definitely part of his appeal. He's comfortable with seemingly contradictory ideas.
Right.
Tradition and disruption, technology and human connection.
High tech, but also high touch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in a world that's, I don't know, increasingly uncertain, it's reassuring, isn't it?
Yeah, like, we're all trying to figure out this digital age, how to use the tools without, losing ourselves in the process.
And maybe that's the lesson here, the takeaway. It's not about picking a side, tech or tradition. It's about finding that balance.
That synergy.
Yes, finding that human connection amidst the algorithms.
I like that. But I gotta ask, this Entar coin thing,
Gone.
it feels like a gamble, even for someone like Chambers. I don't know, am I way off base here?
It's definitely a bold move, even for someone who seems as comfortable with risk as he is.
Okay, so maybe I'm not imagining things.
Remember, this world of cryptocurrency, it's still very new.
Go Wild West.
Exactly.
High risk, high reward.
But maybe that's what Chambers thrives on, right? Pushing boundaries, shaking things up.
Yeah, he doesn't seem content with the status quo, does he? Always looking for a new way to disrupt, a new angle.
But it's that drive, combined with that personal touch, that makes him so compelling, so intriguing. He's a walking contradiction, and yet it's clearly a winning formula, at least for now.
So he's this maverick, a tech guru, but everything seems to circle back to that phone number. Do you think that was intentional, like part of the plan from day one?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Did he know that a simple phone number would become his, signature? It's such a throwback, so old school.
And yet it's brilliant.
It is, isn't
That
it?
he's cracked the code. In a digital world, the key to standing out is to be more human.
And what's more human than a phone call, right?
Yeah.
A real conversation,
Yeah.
one-on-one. It's a powerful antidote to the digital overload we're all experiencing.
It's like that phone number, it's become like this,
An icon.
yeah, almost
So simple, so,
unexpected.
right, like this low-tech beacon in a high-tech world, and yet
It just works.
it does. You call that number, you're not just, getting some random agent.
Yeah.
You're getting
Corey Chambers.
the man himself.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone. It might be him. The guy who might just help you, I don't know.
Unlock your LA dreams.
Exactly.
Powerful.
But here's the thing that I keep coming back to. Everything we've talked about, this whole image he's built, on paper, it shouldn't work, right?
What do you mean? Well, he's this tech-savvy, crypto guy, but he's also all about, like, the personal touch. He's a maverick, yeah, but he's also built this huge client list. It's like he's found a way to succeed in this, like, cutthroat industry by actually putting people first.
It is a fascinating contradiction.
It's like he's figured out how to break the rules somehow.
It's interesting.
So, like, is Corey Chambers the exception to the rule? Or
is he on to something?
yeah, like, is he a sign of things to come?
A new breed of entrepreneur.
Right, because for a long time, it's been all about, like, scale, automation, algorithms, all that. But what if the real key, like Chambers seems to have figured out, is
For
actually
humanity.
connection, building relationships?
It's a powerful idea. In a world that feels increasingly, I don't know, impersonal, that kind of authenticity, it's a breath of fresh air.
Totally. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the big question is Corey Chambers a one-off? Or is his story a roadmap to a different way of doing business, a more human way?
A future where technology empowers us, but doesn't disconnect us. Where success isn't just about the bottom line, but about the impact we have on each other, on our communities.
Now that's a future I can get behind. So, for our listeners out there, what if the real lesson from 213-880-9910 isn't about LA real estate at all?
But about the power of human connection in a digital world that's constantly trying to pull us apart.
Something to think about. This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.